Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel. And this morning I am trying, we just left Dee's Lake, and I am trying so hard to get this lake, which is like an ocean. It is so big, but it is beautiful. It's long. I took a picture. There's really no pullouts, and the pullouts they do have are surrounded with trees, so you can't see it. But I'm trying to get it for you. It is massive. Like, it's so cool though. Okay, so I'm gonna hang on. I'm just gonna try. As soon as I can see it, I'm gonna pop on. Okay, I'm gonna try. See out the window? See that white? That is a lake, and it is incredible. It's just this beautiful drive this morning. However, I do want to point out, I sound stuffy because I woke up in the middle of the night with like the worst sinus situation going on. I went out in super cold just to get the Hall's cough drops out of the truck.
It's -6.
It's -6 degrees Celsius right now. Oh, look. Okay, good. So see, there's no place to pull over, darn it. But I really want you to see this lake completely frozen over. And it goes back. Like, it's been going on for miles, hasn't it? Or kilometers, because we're in Canada. Anyway, beautiful drive coming up to some mountains. And I'm going to...
The road's not too bad.
The road's not too bad, actually. This is way better than yesterday. Yesterday was rough.
At the end.
At the end, yeah. And we got there and thought, oh, it's only 2:30, and that's not bad. And then lo and behold, Brian fell asleep. We went, we went down and got something to eat at this little store, which the restaurants all stopped serving at 2. So we just had to get something out of the hot box at this little store. And I'm going to tell you what, Brian was asleep by 6, and I don't think he woke up until 6 o'clock this morning. He slept a long time, which is good. Ooh, I'm having hopes that we're going to come up to this lake. Anyway, so that was good. So, let me get a better view. Okay, we're past. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a view of the lake, but this is beautiful. So, oops. So, we're heading towards Whitehorse on the 37. This is the 37. It's pretty bumpy, but this is asphalted, so it's very nice. And I have to tell you, if you are, you know what, if you do this, just know you need to do old school, official map, because you know why? There's no cell phone, there's no satellite. Our satellite radio was amazing. It has worked up until this morning. Consistently, we've had satellite, and there's no cell phone. Yeah, it's on right now, but it's not playing. There's no cell phone, no OnStar, and no satellite service in here. So get a map and make sure your gas tank is full. And what was the other thing I was gonna say? I don't remember. I don't know, but I'm looking for animals because I want to make sure we don't hit something. And then hopefully when we get up here, it was we left at 7, and the store and things where you can get something to eat doesn't open until 8. So we figured we'll get up here and we'll get something to eat, and it'll be awesome. So
I figured that they're not open either up here.
Probably not open yet either. But by the time we get there, something will be open. We're early risers, I guess. It's so cold. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna check in later. If I get a picture of this lake, I really, really wish I could. Maybe down around this corner. We'll see. Okay, we came around the corner, and this is on the other side now. We've crossed a bridge so that we're over this. But isn't this amazing? Like, if you live here and this is normal for you, that's cool. But it is not normal. Okay, so we're heading 70 kilometers to Good Hope Lake and 167 to the Alaska Highway, which is where we want to be, huh? So that's awesome. But it's just kind of this way. But I want to catch that lake. It just is so cool that it's so big and it's just covered with ice. So, I don't know. Very, very cool. Okay, we stopped at this rest spot. I love it. All down the road there will be these signs that say litter barrel ahead. There's no services, but there's litter barrels. But here's another lake. Like, the lakes are just amazing to me. And Gumby wanted to take a look. So I had to get him a little bit warm. Had to warm him up so he could come and check out the frozen lake too. But it's really cool. This is a beautiful drive, and it's absolutely silent, and it's crisp cold, and I am loving my morning. This is on the other side of that lake. You can see it down in there. This is the kind of thing that we've been looking at all morning long. There's Little Barrel. And there's the lake. This is not so bad. It looks exactly the same behind us. We're kind of in between these two mountains on this straight stretch. And we're starting to get satellite radio back, which is cool. And if we got cell phone reception, which we're not going to get it out here because we have Wi-Fi for the truck, but you have to have cell phone for that. So it's nice to have, but you don't always get it. But I get it more than I do my cell service on my phone. So it's not bad, but still you're limited to that. All right, we're coming up to a place called Jade City, and Jade City has a population of approximately 50, and the Cassier Mountain Jade Store acts as the information center for this area, and they also have free Wi-Fi. But Jade City is not a city, but a highway community made up of the Jade business that specializes in Jade products. There is an extensive selection of gifts in their store. They offer free jade cutting demonstrations. They have a small motel, cabins, and a parking lot for RVs and tenters. And also, there was a bit over here. The mines in the Cassier Mountain Range produce about 1 million pounds of jade each year, and half of that is exported. So it looks like the Jade Store, is that it? No, that's the co-op. Oh, there it is. Need coffee. We haven't had coffee yet, so we're going to stop at the Jade Store.
How do you get in there?
All right, here's the Jade Store. They got some cute little cabins, too. So we're going to go in. We need coffee and maybe a bagel. That would be awesome. But at least they're open. So, and that little booth right there, it looks like that's where they have the big cutting wheels. So, Jade City. Pretty cool. Look at that neat looking house over there. And there's Snickers getting a walk. All right, I'm going in for coffee. Oh, cool. All right, this is the store, you guys. Look at this. This is so cool. All the jade pieces. Are you showing me?
I am, yeah.
Okay, hold on. She's showing me her video of the Northern Lights. All right, I'm super excited about the Northern Lights situation. Oh, look. It's so pretty. And there's a little... a little fish gets carved. And then this thing is called a Nanookshuk, and I remember we saw this when we were on a cruise, one of these, and she's explaining they're kind of like a directional thing, informational thing that they would put as you would go along. So neat. Cool store. And Brian's needing his coffee. Oh, aren't these pretty? He's 8. There's a jade tree.
Yeah, this is 2 years ago we had drive.
Look at that. All right. I'm gonna go get coffee, and she was explaining that if we need to stop at Watson Lake to eat, which is about 2 hours from here, if we don't stop, then there's not another place for 4 hours. So, looks like we got a couple hours before we can stop. Anyway, such a very cool store. I thought you'd like to see it. Oh, and for the person who said they wanted to see the washrooms and the restrooms on the way, here's the washroom at the Jade Store. So it's got a great sink. Kind of cute. I just noticed they have jade faucet handles. Isn't that pretty? That's very neat. Little side trip to the Jade Store wasn't it cool?
It was absolutely awesome. If you get a chance, stop, say hi.
The gal in there is just as sweet as can be. She made coffee for us, and it's free coffee. You just put a donation in. They take American money, which is good. But she told us all kinds of stuff and showed us an amazing pictures of the Northern Lights, which she said were taken last night from there. But she said, everybody said they were really beautiful, but she didn't wake up to see them. So hopefully if we stay where we stay, hopefully she said there should be good viewings. And I'll bet you from where we are right now, just imagine seeing the Northern Lights over these mountains. Wouldn't that be amazing? So anyway, that was a great stop. So then we still haven't had breakfast. So this is basically the first place you can stop between Dees Lake and Whitehorse. So I said, okay, so between, or Dees Lake, this is the first place you can stop. And we've been on the road like 2 hours. We left at about 7, it's 9. So yeah, anyway, an hour and a half.
Forever in there.
Oh, that's true. So an hour and a half, so you have to drive that far. Now I asked her, because there's no restaurant there, where you could get something to eat. And she said 2 hours ahead at Watson Lake. And if you don't stop there, it's 4 hours ahead. So she tells everyone to go to Watson Lake and top off their gas, their fuel, whatever, and then go from there. So that's our next stop, is to cruise into Watson Lake. So I'm going to show you guys that when we get there. Okay, Brian insisted that we get a picture of this because we have been doing this many times, going through avalanche areas, which are very cool. There's some that are like, these are avalanche, but then there's also ones that are like rocks, falling. But this is a full-on avalanche area. It's very exciting. All right, there's some more frozen lake just outside of New Hope. Isn't that amazing? I think it's so cool. All right, this is Mud Lake. I'd love to go out there, oh gosh, on a boat and go fishing when it's thawed. That would be so cool. It's pretty amazing. The scenery is unbelievably beautiful. Just want to tell you. Okay, this is completely different, and you can see over there, this is where there's been clearly a fire. You can see in certain places there's just lots of burned wood down, and a lot of the trees, oh yeah, like right over there, it just goes by really fast. And the trees are just black. See there? Oh, that's so sad. But not only, some of them are burned, and some of them they're black, but they still have the green growing, so that's some hope that it's growing back. But the difference in the scenery, literally in about 25 miles, is quite amazing. Look at that. So, there you go. Pretty crazy. So I just wanted to show you guys that. What a difference. Here's some more section, and this is really burned. See out Ryan's window? Crazy. Oh, look at the hill over here. Huh. And the thing is, like, you see a bunch of trees and they're all tilted the same way, and I suspect from what I've seen in other pictures and things, if I'm wrong, correct me, but there's a whole bunch of trees and they're all tilted the same way, and I think that's the direction the fire came at them. I would think, because that's kind of what I've seen, so I'm thinking that. But if it's a different reason and then tell me. But this is pretty amazing to see. This is just crazy. Look out there. So different. See there? Wonder how long it'll take it all to grow back. past the sign that said leaving British Columbia, and we are now in the Yukon. This is so cool. All right, we are now out of where we were, and we are in the Alaska Highway now. We're officially on 1, the highway that will take us into Alaska, and we'll go from this one to Highway 2 to Fairbanks. So we didn't stop at Watson Lake because it's 22 kilometers behind us, and we would have had to like backtrack. So we saw a place, yeah, it said that some place was supposed to be open, so it was up this road. So we went. Sure enough, it looked like it would have been great, but there's a big sign that says retiring for sale, and there were big cans across where you couldn't get in there. So we are going to continue down this road until we come across something where we can stop. But we've got enough fuel to get there. We're just not even at a quarter of a tank, so we have plenty of fuel, and now we're just gonna see what happens. So I won't say this is boring, but it's pretty predictable, because there's the road we're going on, clear over, you can see it there, and then all the way over there, that white line. We're gonna be on this road for hours, but that's cool. Let me get you there. There you go. You can see maybe a little bit better, maybe not. There you go. Anyway, you can just see it go way off, that little white nubbin right there. That's still the road, just went behind trees. But at certain points when we're up on a hill, you can see it going on for so far. Okay, so just because at this point I'm bored, but in 2 kilometers there's services, so yay, it's like lunch and fuel and all that stuff. But a couple of you have mentioned this little collection of Brian on his little thing, his cover for his dashboard. And this is not anything in particular. He loves Smokey Bear, so he has that pin. He was in the Navy, he loves the Patriots. What's that one? Pearl Harbor, we went there. National Eagle Scout. And this was his mom and dad. These are pins from his mom and dad. They were
Thumper and Stinker.
Thumper and Stinker was their names. And 101, or yeah, 101. 50 over average when he was bowling. Here's another bowling one. This one, you know, Smokey. And then there's a bear, and there's a Boy Scout thing, and a Boy Scout thing. And these are Department of Corrections, because he went into that after the Navy. And then fish on, just because that's cool. Cabela's, that's cool. Another Smokey. So they're nothing specific. They're just a thing. So that's all there is to it. So we're pulling into a little town called Teslin, where apparently we can get fuel, lunch. Oh man, look at that lake. Holy moly. Where we can get all the things and eat lunch, and then get my OnStar set back up, because for some reason it is not wanting to connect. So we'll do that, but this is just really beautiful. So I'll take you in and show you what we do for lunch. Okay guys, we are at the Yukon Motel. We finally made it here. Gonna get gas, well, diesel. I reconnected my OnStar, but look at these burgers. They look so good. Gumby and Pokey are hoping that Diet Pepsi offsets the calories from this burger. I think it will, don't you, dear? Yeah, I think so. Look how well trained he is. So I wanted to share something with you that I have, because you know these are really, really long rides, and especially if it's dark and you can't see anything, or it's just redundant scenery. If you get bored, I'm going to show you what I do to keep from getting bored. I always bring 2 things with me. One is my Kindle, and it's always loaded with it's loaded with a lot of psychological thrillers, and right now I'm reading Under Her Care by Lucinda Berry. I love Lucinda Berry, and I like Frida McFadden too, because all of those books, most of them are on Kindle Unlimited, so I can just like pack my Kindle with really good books. And then I bring my little Switch, and I play my Animal Crossing New Horizon. I call it my island. My island is named Flip Flop Island, and it's named that because my dad years ago told me that there was an island called Flip Flop Island, and it's where all the flip-flops that are lost in the ocean float, and they come up on the beaches of Flip Flop Island. So my dad was the guy that always made up the most bizarre stories. Like, he had us believe for a long time that he hit a baseball so hard from Colorado it landed and created the Grand Canyon. That was my dad, right? So he told us the Flip-Flop Island thing, and then one night he called me and said, Linda, you got to turn it on PBS. I did, and they were literally talking about an island that they call Flip-Flop Island because it's where the currents bring up all the stuff that floats in the ocean. So he had heard it somewhere. It was funny. But anyway, so my island is called Flip-Flop Island, and right now I am building a castle. I got to put in the walkway now. So that's what I'm doing. But that's what I do to keep myself entertained when we're traveling. Okay guys, our day is complete. We are in Haines Junction, Yukon, and we are staying at Cozy Corner Motel and Restaurant. This is like so cute. Such a cute little place. And because there's really nobody on this side, we're able to pull right up here. You know how I'm a safety girl. I like to back it up where somebody can't break in the back of it. But we'll go in here, take a little look of the room. The sad thing is, of course you always have to pay extra for a pet. But the real sad thing is, they have to inspect your room before you leave. And there's like all these notices up at the restaurant about you're not allowed to let your dog pee on the furniture. Like, who would do that? But king, queen, and it's just clean, nothing fancy. Got a TV, little fridge, coffee. We stayed at that one we stayed at that was kind of fancy had no coffee in it. But here we have this. And then the bathroom is just your basic bathroom. And then here's our view out the back. So this is pretty nice. I'm over here by the king. You can see it's a pretty good sized room. So there's that. And this is the end of our Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fifth day. And this will be part number 4. So that's that. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.